Good morning, YouTube. This is Carmelita with 401 pound weight loss journey. And I could not sleep this morning. So I decided to get up and make a video, just vlog what's going on with me. Well, I had a conversation with my doctor yesterday, and I posted a little bit about it on Facebook. And I had been contemplating getting the weight loss surgery for some years now. Well, last year, 2019, I started going through the process of doing what it takes to get the surgery. However, by October of that year, my older brother came down with cancer, and by the time they noticed he had cancer, it was stage 4, and they couldn't even give it a name because it was throughout his entire body. Well, I was my brother's primary caregiver, so he would come to my job. I would take him to his medical appointments. Me or Paulette would take him to his doctor's appointments, to do his grocery shopping with him and everything, because he was a stroke victim and he had memory issues. He would forget a lot. So treatments, because it was so far gone, they didn't really want to do chemo, and they was afraid he would get his chemo meds mixed up with his other meds, and because the cancer was in his bones. I mean, literally, they do this x-ray to see where the cancer is, and if it's spreaded. Well, by the time they did the x-ray, it was in every area of his body, from his lungs, his back, his arms, his stomach, his legs. It was everywhere, and he lit up like a Christmas tree on the machine that they use to identify the cancer within the body. So with that being said, we chose not to put him through all the trauma of chemo and just let God do his work. So my brother, that was in October. He passed January 5th of 2020. Because of me going through what I was going through, the doctor said we won't do the surgery. Plus, I still had to lose some weight. I had to get down. They wanted me to get down to 389. At that time, I had gotten down to 419. So my starting weight was 437. And I was down to 419, and I needed to get down to 389 to have the surgery. And then I was down to 411, and the doctor said, well, although you're close to your goal, what's going on with your brother, your mind have to be right. So he said, we don't want to do the surgery. Just keep trying to work on your weight loss as best you can, or maintain, and come back and see us once your brother is healed. So my brother passed January 5th, like I said, of 2020. Then the pandemic hit in March. So you see, everything got pushed back. So everything spiraled out of control. And I say everything happens for a reason. And I took it that God was saying, you don't need this weight loss surgery. Because now they're saying if you overweight, at first, when the pandemic hit, they wasn't talking about people being overweight. They were saying you had to have underlying conditions like high blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, things like that. Well, at 400-something pounds, I had never had none of that. Only thing I was pretty much overweight and sleep apnea. Well, lo and behold, they added overweight to the list of pre-existing conditions, and said that people overweight, we have a probability rate 3 times higher to succumb to coronavirus than a person that's small. Well, I live here in California. In California now, they're saying if an ambulance think a person is not going to survive, and then they pick them up, not to take them to the hospitals. Our hospitals are full, and then they're now down the hospitals are making a determination. You know how they'll ask you, well, do you want your family member to stay on life support? Like one guy, he was an older gentleman. A couple of them I've seen that survived corona.